Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Immaculate Training International High School Showcase. Not so easy for me to say right out of the gate, but we're back here, Gym 2, for more high school girls action. Team Blue versus Team White. Now, I know if you guys have been watching all day, you know that Team Blue and Team White changes throughout the day. It's not a consistency that we have different players, but I am here with the rosters. I've actually watched a couple of the teams already, so do my best to get you caught up on the names, jersey numbers, and names as we progress. 16-minute halves as we've had all day. Running clock for most of the day. They do stop it. They have been stopping them on free throws and timeouts. Not on free throws, I'm sorry, on timeouts. I think they've been stopping it on free throws under the 3-minute or 2-minute marks. We'll find out. Right away, out of the gate, a three-pointer for Team Blue. And we've got a stoppage in play. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure what that was about. See if we can listen in here. I'm not sure if they're going to give Kelsey Mills a three or what the plan is here. Controversy on the floor right away. Oh. So they're going to give them the three, I think. And they're saying that they scored in the wrong direction. But it's all good. Blocked by Danielle Griffin. And we'll do our best to adjust the clock here as we get a little closer. So the clock that you see on the screen is now pretty close. It's not the official time. We'll do our best to match it up as we go along, but this is more open style play, not really looking for exactness here. And there's going to be a foul on the floor. Now, if that's in the act of shooting, what we're doing here today is a 2-for-1. One shot, if the player can sink their one free throw, that actually counts as 2 points. So we see Janae Sanders, number 23 at the line here, with a chance to put her team, Team White, on the board here. That rims out, rebounded by Kelsey Mills, the point guard, number 28. Feed inside to Danielle Griffin. Ball knocked away and corralled there by Nish Hankersor. Drive over the top, no good. And now we're going the other way. Ball rolls around and in. I believe that was Jesse Leak with the two-pointer. Hankersor drives, takes the contact, isn't able to get the shot up over Griffin. Griffin with the block now gives it over to Kelsey Mills. Mills now running the point. Drives inside. I think she's going to get the foul call. It's a bit of a bailout call. Mills is a very sure-handed point guard. We saw her. She's got a sort of a ball on a string handle. Right there, had gotten loose on the interior. Now there's ball slapped away momentarily. Mills gathers it back in. Shot no good, rebounded by Janae Sanders, and now she's in the open court. And that's going to go out of bounds. Back over to Blue. So Team White struggling a bit here early, trying to find some points, get their offense rolling. Dive on the floor there by my number 6, Stacy Means. Griffin shot too strong off the back of the rim. Once again, we see number 23, Janae Sanders, driving to a right all the way to the hoop. That shot, she got inside but wasn't able to get off a clean shot. And once again, here's Mills under the basket. No foul call, I believe. But it looks like it's going to stay with Team Blue. Feed inside to Kirsty Fields. And Blue now up 7-0. Team White looking for some early offense. Defensive stop there. Now they're going in the other direction. Sanders again in the open court. This time she finds teammate Shannon Scott. She gets the bucket, and she's going to be going to the line. Now, I said earlier we have the 2-for-1 opportunity, but with this is an actual and one. Now, occasionally with this type of play, you'll see referees grant the shot, even if it doesn't go in this type of open run style play. So I'll just put that out there in case you see that later. But this is a true and one, and she gets it, and she gets Team White on the board, and her team can breathe a sigh of relief as they keep that lead from getting too far out in front of them with Team Blue, and now they can work on getting back into this pretty easily. Still early in this one, 11-10 left to go. Outside to Sharika McNeil, the scorer. Dynamic move inside by McNeil. And she's got two, her first two of this game. Stacy Means with a nice crossover. Shot no good. Now here's McNeil in the open floor. Very dynamic in the open floor. McNeil finds Mills. Mills dumps it off inside. Can't finish. Tracked down by Griffin. She finds Fields, I believe. Means leaves the ball game. Niche Hankersor comes back in. Put some size on the baseline there. Janae Sanders now once again running the point. Tough play on the inside there by Nina Waddy, number 22. And I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Inside to Griffin, using that size, turns, scores. Keeps that lead out at a manageable distance for Team Blue. That's going to be a walk called inside on Hankersor. McNeil once again driving over Waddy, too strong. Off to the left. Now Waddy's going to bring the ball up. And she's working against McNeil now on the offensive end. Gets it off to Hankersor. Out to the outside. That's going to stay with Team White and will be inbounded by Shannon Scott on the far side. Waddy up over the top, outside to Shamika McNeil. McNeil grabs the rebound, behind the back, keeps it, goes up over the top, rolls that one in. Nice one there by Shamika McNeil. A lot of interior passing going on inside. Tough defense there, swatted away by Shannon Scott. Now Waddy once again bringing it up for Team White. Drive. Shot doesn't go. Draws the foul. And I believe that's going to send Shannon Scott to the line. She's got that 1-for-2 opportunity here. Rebound knocked around. Grabbed by Hankersor, swatted away by Chantel Williams. And ultimately lands in the hands of Sharika McNeil. And there's Shamika McNeil, who gets the rebound for Team White. Number 31. A little behind the back, then an in and out. Stops, turns around from the elbow, no good. Rebounded by Hankersor inside, puts it back and good. And that cuts the lead down. This Team Blue had a huge lead in one of their earlier games and saw that lead evaporate after dominating first half, was unable to keep that lead in the second half. We've got a timeout on the floor as Team White pulls within one. We'll double-check our score and double-check everything here if we can. I am Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. I'm glad you guys are here with me today. We're coming to you live from Charlotte, North Carolina, here at Hickory Ridge High School, technically just north of Charlotte. If you've been with us all day, then you know that some of the rules of what's going on today. We've got a boys game, girls game. It's not a co-ed participation so much. Some of the drills, we did have that earlier, but you know, it's just some of the best high school players in the region, some really solid players, several college prospects, multiple college prospects, both on the boys' end and on the girls' end. So college coaches no doubt tuning in to check out some of these players. We'll be coming back in action. We have updated everything. We've checked with the scorer's table. We've updated our clock. We've updated our score. I think we're all straightened out from the earlier stuff that happened at the very beginning of the game. So we are back and ready to roll now as number 53, Shamika McNeil, now running the point for Team Blue. Big block by Danielle Griffin. Tried to feed it inside to Griffin there, but Hankersor comes up with it. Now here's Stacy Means on the inside and score. And with that, Team White has erased the early deficit and tied it up. With quite a bit of time left here in the first half, even with the running clock. They've pulled all the way back into it, and now we've got a full-on back and forth game. Team Blue kind of looking for some answers. It's become a pattern with them to get these leads and then let them melt away. Let's see if they can kind of fix that on the fly. But here's Means once again on the run. Tough defense, and that's knocked out. It's going to stay with Team White. Nice little play there. Wasn't able to materialize. So Team Blue looking to show some poise. Once again, Kelsey Mills running the point. Drives. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Janae Sanders. I don't think the players have to worry about fouling out of today, but of course you don't want to give the other team too many opportunities by fouling if you can help it. They just want to play, get some run out here and show what they can do. And that's going to be a turnover. It looks like it was knocked out by Team White, so we'll stay with Team Blue once again. Both teams kind of out of sorts a bit here. And Team Blue is having trouble. And unfortunately, they're retaining possession on these defensive stops by Team White. Once again, got a hand on it, but they were able to get it in that time. Chantel Williams. Williams kicks it out to the corner. Too strong. Rebounded by Shannon Scott. Deep shot is short. Feed inside, good, and Team White now with their first lead of the ball game. First 7 points of the game were actually scored by Team Blue, so Team White has erased that early deficit and come all the way back now with just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. We'll see what Team Blue does to respond here. Would like to see a bit more movement from Team Blue, and I think we've got a travel call right there. And this is the thing where the team, things come easy for them in transition, and then suddenly when the offensive points sort of dry up, you want to see how a team responds. Sanders all the way there, not able to finish. Rebounded, Team Blue going the other direction now. Once again, Kelsey Mills running the point, bringing the ball up. Deep outside shot from Mills. No good. Right now, this is kind of a ragtag offense, but it works for Team White. Griffin with a pick and roll inside, no good. Had the good look, not able to finish. Nice open court steal there by Price. Over the top, and that's going to be a foul. And now I think we are going to get a stopping of the clock at this point. And that should be a shooting foul. And that will send Chantel Williams to the line, number 40, for Team Blue. We got some substitutions for Team White. Waddy comes back in. Now McNeil working against Mills, bringing the ball up. Shannon Scott looked like she wanted to pass it. Finally puts the ball on the floor. Tries to shoot over Griffin unsuccessfully, but now here's Mills once again bringing it up. Kicks it over in the corner to Price. Price over the top. Then went to Phils and then to Griffin, and there's still an empty trip for Team Blue, so back the other way. Now we've got a lot of up and down play here. His defenses are struggling to get back, and we've got another foul in transition, and that is definitely helping Team Blue right now. And this time we're going to see Jesse Leak, number 49, go to the line for Team Blue. And those 1-for-2 free throws are really paying off at this point for Blue. Waddy drives. Tried to kick it, gets it knocked back to her, so no travel. That's not going to be the issue. Price corrals that rebound. She's going to keep it. And I think that's going to do it for the first half. We'll be back in just a few moments. All right, we are back. Second half action here at the Immaculate Trenton International High School Showcase. I am Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. You can watch this and all of the games from this weekend on demand at netcastsports.com, as well as our YouTube channel. You can also follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports, and you should do so because we announce when we are having upcoming games, changes in the schedule, replays, all that great kind of stuff. Have a very flexible schedule, especially because we cover a lot of AAU and things like that. Sometimes we add games at the last minute, some awesome matchups. You might not know they're coming up unless you're following us on Twitter, so definitely do that, at Netcast Sports. And we are back underway here. Team Blue and Team White battled to a tie in the first half. 16-minute halves, running clock for the most part. So let's see who can establish their offensive and defensive prowess here in the second half. Kirsty Fields driving to her left, up, scoop shot. Beautiful scoop shot there by Kirsty Fields, and she puts blue on the board for the first time in the second half. Here's Janae Saunders, drives, tried to get it, now stolen by Fields. Saunders looks like she may have gone down hard. I hope she's all right. We will see. Price's shot no good. Saunders looks okay. She gets that shot off. Stoppage in play for a moment here. A couple of substitutions. Now, when we have a running clock, you may have noticed in the first half there is some stoppages at the free throw. It's kind of hard for us to sync up with exactly what they're doing. Sometimes the clock operators are used to a normal either run the clock all the way kind of deal, or or what most clock operators are used to is stopping the clock on every stop ball, every out of bounds, normal stoppages of play. So sometimes it's not always easy, and I've been in that position. I've been in that running that clock. It's not always easy to remember what you're when you're supposed to stop it or not, because it can change from weekend to weekend. So you just got to be lenient with that. And we just do our best to keep up with what the official clock is. Mills inbounds the ball to Kirsty Fields. And a running scoop shot for Price. Amaya Price. And Blues finding it a little easier on the offensive end early here in the second half. They came out of the gate strong, and then finishing the half, they struggled a bit, but they were able to stay in it, and now they've kind of found that scoring touch once again here early in the second half. Shamika McNeil loses the ball on that one. Drove inside, got good positioning, but then ball just slipped out of her hands. As I said before, coming to you from Charlotte, North Carolina. And many of these players are actually from the Charlotte metro area. It's a, major metropolitan area. A lot of good talent in the region. A lot of good talent in North Carolina. Here we call North Carolina the hoop state. And it's because there's been so many talented players come out of the area for decades, really. Deep outside shot is good, and White has a 3 on the board, Team White. Kelsey Mills once again running the point. Wanted to get it inside to Griffin, but wasn't there. Now Waddy picking up McNeil on the defensive end. Sharif McNeil goes left and right, and then loses the ball after she had beaten her defender, and up and no good. But that will send Janae Sanders to the line. Both teams taking advantage of that 1-for-2 opportunity. As Sanders free throw Pushes her team back up by 1. Chantel Williams with the ball, pushes it over in the corner to Price. Now Price back over to Mills. Mills driving, switch as Waddy picks her up. Mills scoop shot and good, and the and one. Nice little play by Mills. She's got the chance to add just another point to that lead that Blue just secured with her scoop shot, her little reverse over the shoulder layup. So now Blue offense definitely coming better for them here in the second half. Big rebound there. Over the top, draws the foul. Nice rebound by Shannon Scott, and it's going to send her back to the line. So, you know, both teams really, as I said, taking advantage of that free throw situation now. The only problem with this for both teams is that running clock isn't going to stop until we get later in the game. And so those free throws, the time spent at the free throw line is time you're not playing, really. And that can be a problem. Right now, both teams are fine with it. They're, you know, in a tightly matched game, so not really an issue. Over the top to Chantel Williams. Price tracks that down. Gets it back over to Mills. Inside to Griffin. Griffin shot no good. Rebounded by Shannon Scott. And now we're going the other way. Scott feeds it inside to Hankersor. That's going to tie the game back up. Three ball, good. Team Blue pushes their lead out to 3 here in the second half. They've got to travel. So now Team Blue has a chance to build on that lead. So they didn't fold earlier in the second. You know, the first half we talked about them earlier in the day giving up that big lead in their earlier game. I mean, they've played a couple of times already today, and they did lose a big lead previously, and then in this game they had a big lead right out of the gate. They lost that lead and then trailed, and I was talking about how they might respond, and they've responded well here. Now leading by 3, and now the onus is on Team White. You know, they had the lead there for a good chunk of the first half. Now they've lost it, and they're still in this one. And tough defense there by Stacy Means, but gets the foul call. And that is going to send Chantel Williams to the line for Team Blue. So Team Blue able to build that lead slowly but surely. So now Team White is going back to the drawing board here. Let's see what they come up with. Janae Sanders bringing the ball up. Slashing inside, no good. Now we're going the other way. Look ahead pass by Phils. Williams up, scoop shot, no good. And we've got a foul call. That is a really tough call. I'm not sure about that one. Kind of a phantom call, but it works out for Team Blue. Good news for Team Blue there. Bad news for Team White. Ends up adding up to nothing there, I guess, with the free throw. Here's Saunders. She drives, and she's going to lose the ball, but it ends up bouncing off of one of the Team Blue players. So we're going to stay with Team White. Over the top and good, and that's going to help Team White. Now cuts that lead back down, so that's good. That's good for them. They don't want Team Blue to go on any kind of run, and they really, I wouldn't say there was a run. We got a foul call once again. That's going to send Team Blue back to the line, which is what Team White does not want to happen. But, you know, Team Blue, earlier in the day, this team, and I'm saying Team Blue, but I think they've been blue a couple of the other games. You know, we don't really have home and away here. But they've shown that they can really put together some runs, especially in transition. And that was what Team White didn't want to see. And Team Blue was sort of getting a little bit of momentum, and they still kind of have the edge here in the second half. But Team White, a couple quick buckets. They were back in it now. Another bucket here would really help. Here's Sanders on the outside. Shot rims out and rebounded. Team Blue going the other way. Williams up to Griffin. And that is going to be a turnover. Not a turnover, I'm sorry, just slapped out of bounds. Big shot on the outside by number 49, Jesse Leak. That's a 3-ball. More good news for Team Blue, bad news for Team White. As Waddy brings the ball up, looks over at the scorer's table to see how much time they have left, what the score is. So here's Hankersor inside, and that looks like a loose ball foul. Waddy to inbound under the basket or over to the side. Hankersor outside to Waddy. Waddy shot too strong. That would have been a 2 if it had gone. Rebound and good, and that's what Team White needed. They needed some scrappy play on the inside there. McNeil drives, runs into the defense, gets it back out. Over the top, no good. McNeil tracks down that rebound. McNeil really knows how to whip those bullet passes around the offense perimeter. Baseball passes, she's very accurate with them. Transition opportunity, but Team White got back that time. Chantel Williams looks to slow it up. She waits for the ball screen. Decides to pass it up, gets it outside to Griffin, and she scores. We got a timeout on the floor here with under 3 minutes left to play. And Blue has built up their lead back, I think, close to matching to what the biggest lead they had earlier in the game. You're watching the Immaculate Training International High School Showcase here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I am Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. You can follow me on Twitter if you're so inclined at M_Shockley. You can follow Netcast Sports on Twitter at Netcast Sports. You don't really have to follow me, but I definitely think you should follow Netcast Sports if you like high school, semi-pro, college, all that stuff that the games that you can't find on television. You can watch them on your Chromecast. You can watch them on your big screen. We got some great games coming up this fall. May even add a couple of football games. We've got some nationally ranked games again. You know, last year we had Oak Hill, we had Huntington Prep. We had a bunch of the games, a bunch of the teams that you saw in the national championship, the National High School Championship, Dick's Sporting Goods National Championship at the end of the year. We had a lot of those teams early in the year. We've got a bunch of them this year, so I hope you guys will tune in at Netcast Sports. Nice scooping shot there. I believe that was Stacy Means. Team White coming out of the timeout, getting a quick bucket, looking to make something happen. Here's McNeil, beautiful crossover, little Derrick Rose action. I guess in this area we wouldn't say that's Derrick Rose action. We would say that's John Wall action. That's little John Wall being from Raleigh, North Carolina. And that's going to send Sharika McNeil to the line. And now Janae Sanders is going to draw the foul. And that's going to send her to the line. Team Blue here, they want to be patient. They've got the lead. Time is on their side. And that's not what they wanted to have. Here's Sanders, an open look to Means. Means up and can't finish, but she's going back to the line. She would have loved to have the three-point opportunity there. But she'll take the 1-for-2 shot here. She makes the most of it. So now the clock was on the side of Team Blue, but I wouldn't say they still got that lead, but a lot of time left now with only 4 points as the gap. They want to work the ball around. They want a good shot. Not sure if that's exactly what they wanted with that deep shot. Now they foul on the outside. That's probably not a good foul. Although maybe so. I mean, it stopped the transition. That big shot, but didn't go in. Now here's Mills pushing the ball. Gets it up, and now Mills. Deep three ball for Team Blue, and that is a big shot this late in the game. Scoot, no good. Battled and grabbed by Kirsty Fills. Kelsey Mills with that drive and finish inside. Team Blue finishing out pretty strong here. All of a sudden they've found their offensive touch at just the right moment. Blocked by Griffin. So less than half a minute left here in this one. White would really like to get something just going, I think, here at the last, or they may just dribble it out. We'll see. Deep shot outside by McNeil. She rattles that in. Good. And that might do it. I don't think they're going to run another play. At least they don't look intent just getting it across. It might. I think they're going to run it out. And that's probably going to do it. 2 seconds, 1 second. And that's going to do it. Team Blue gets the win. And we will see you in the next game.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if stepping down here would be a good idea.